Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this episode. Listen, you've heard my hashtag different, better, more. What will you do differently, better, or more of in 2023? Some of you have already committed to healing from grief by working with me and my non clinical approach to grief recovery and support. But for those of you who want to round out your healing with a clinical approach, there's BetterHelp and their network of over 25,000 licensed therapists. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and it's 100% online. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network. Then you talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether that's by text, by chat, phone, or even video. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, with more scheduling flexibility and at a much more affordable price. Use this link to get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp.com/C-words. That's better, HELP.com/C-words. Listen, grief doesn't have to be grim. That's why when I talk about it on this podcast, it's about dealing with grief and loss in a way that influences the changes you want to make in your life. As you heal, what do you want to do next? Make a professional pivot, end a toxic relationship or friendship? I want you to have the confidence to navigate change. These are real stories from my one-on-one coaching sessions and my inspiring interviews with change makers. I'm Marceia Cork, the change coach, and this is Ooh, those effing C-words. The content and conversations with me on this podcast are for informational and educational purposes only. They're not intended to be a substitute for legal, medical, or clinical advice or treatment. Always seek the advice of a licensed or qualified professional. Welcome back. Hey MCs, I'm Marceia Cork. May is nearly upon us, and May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So as that approaches, I'm doing a little something different with a few of my episodes. I want to start amplifying the voices of a few of my favorite mental health and wellness authorities and their podcasts, and I'm going to do that in place of a few regular episodes. Now, so many of you have told me that my podcast was the first podcast that you ever listened to, or that it's the only podcast that you listen to. And I love that, of course, but I see it now as an opportunity to introduce you to, the universe of podcasts that are out there. There's so much great content and so many subject matter experts out there. I want to introduce you to more of them. And these are a few, like I said, of my favorites, and we have similar conversations. And so I just want to take this as an opportunity to, expand our knowledge of the topics and the ideas that I introduce here, talking about change and navigating hardship, grief support, but then also just self-care and mental health in general. So I want to do that over the next several weeks. I'm going to sprinkle them in. You never know what you're going to get. All right. So first up, today's episode is going to feature social media's favorite self-aware narcissist. That's actually what he calls himself. His name is Lee Hammock. He's known on all of his platforms as @mentalhealness. He hosts a podcast called The Narcissists Code. Now, Lee is clinically diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and he uses his platform to bring awareness to the disorder and to validate the survivors of toxic people. So, he says he recognizes that his content could really be the start of the healing journey, for people who are dealing with not just a toxic partner, but also maybe a toxic parent or a toxic friend. I say that even in the description of this episode, that sometimes we're ending relationships and friendships. So that's precisely why I'm featuring him here today, because after hearing Dawn's story in episode 45, That episode, I called it It's Giving Narcissism. If you haven't listened to it yet, you need to pause this episode right here, right now. Go back and listen to that episode. It was featuring Dawn. She was telling her story of being in a pattern of toxic relationships. So picking up on that conversation about narcissism, we talked about chasing the emotional high in relationships. And so many of you had the same reactions and questions that I had, like, do the emotions ever return? I asked her that during that conversation. Some of your questions are about, the behavior and what might have triggered the behavioral change. So in this conversation, Lee is really going to explain and really show us how and why there's really no end to the toxicity, and there's no attainable target, so to speak. We always talk about this moving target. So what you're really forced to ask yourself is, can you sustain being the source, being the supply for a toxic person's needs, the support they need, the validation that they need, even if it's harmful to you, right? So these are excerpts from episodes 559 and 702 of his podcast, The Narcissists Code, and it's on the topic of keeping a narcissist happy in a relationship. All right, hope you enjoy. Let's listen in.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of the Narcissists Code. I'm your favorite self-aware narcissist, Mr. Lee Hammock, better known as Mental Healness, across all social media platforms. If this is your first time seeing my face or hearing my voice, I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and also validate the victims, survivors, and the thrivers from said disorder and said toxic traits and all that other stuff, y'all. Today's episode is going to be entitled, What Are Narcissists Really After? What do they want? What do they want? What do we need? What do you want from me? What are narcissists chasing? So this is my answer to this girl, and this is all purely from my perspective as a diagnosed narcissist in therapy for the past 5 years, working on myself, trying to be a better person, trying to be a better human, friend, father, son, cousin, brother, whatever relationship dynamic I have. I feel like the main thing that narcissists are after is happiness. The pursuit of happiness, like what Will Smith's talking about. But seriously, narcissistic people, a lot of us are chasing happiness. You know what I mean? And we think control, a lot of people probably thought I was going to say control, like narcissists are after control. Yeah, which is true. But I think even at the essence of their control, at the essence of wanting to control everything is we just want to be happy. We do. And this is not, we just want to be happy. Let me rewind it right real quick. In no way, shape, or form am I justifying any toxic ass behaviors, traits, mindsets, whatever from a narcissist or a toxic person. No way in hell am I doing that at all on these videos. And y'all know I'm not. That's not my platform. That's not what I'm built my platform off of. But I'm just saying, narcissists are after happiness. That does not justify the pursuit or the chasing of the happiness, does not justify the toxic person's behaviors. It just doesn't. In no way, shape, or form does it justify anything that a narcissist or a toxic person puts you through or they do to you. You know what I mean? But they are chasing happiness. That's why you see a lot of narcissistic people. They switch jobs. They change jobs. They change careers. They change majors in school. They change classes. They change relationships. They change personalities. They change clothes. They change styles. We are chasing after happiness. We want that happiness. Consistency is for me, I just feel like consistency is kind of scary. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like a lot of us grew up with chaotic households and experienced childhood trauma and stuff like that, where the only thing that was consistent was the chaos. We had consistent chaos in our life. So when we get consistency now and it's not chaotic, it's kind of scary. Like consistent chaos is the only thing I've known. Consistent moving around, consistent this, consistent that. So when my life gets to a point where there's nothing chaotic going on, but it's consistent, it gets kind of scary. You know what I mean? So I just feel like And also boredom kicks in with a lot of narcissists and toxic people as well. A lot of boredom does kick into a person with a personality disorder, a person with toxic traits. We get bored very, very easily. So what made us happy 2 weeks ago might not make us happy now. Them cheeks that we clap, them freshly clapped cheeks that we clapped 2 weeks ago might not clap the same this week. So then you're gonna find something else with a little bit more bass, a little bit more, little tempo and things like that. a little different rhythm. But you see what I'm saying? I'm stupid. You see what I'm saying though? But that's how it goes, y'all. Literally, they're chasing happiness, and it's not. This is the thing right here, y'all. When you hear a lot of narcissistic people say this. I am not responsible for your happiness. Yeah, I'm not responsible for your happiness. I'm not responsible for your feelings. Your feelings are not my responsibility. Their feelings are not your responsibility. Their happiness is not your responsibility. But Lee, isn't that what relationships are all about? Trying to make the other person happy. Yes, you want to try to make the other person happy, but not at the expense of yourself. And I tell you this all the time, that you're going to lose yourself in a relationship dynamic trying to make a narcissistic person or a toxic person happy. It just happens all the time when you're dealing with that. It really, really just does, y'all. And this is not me trying to, y'all know I'm not here to chastise nobody or talk to nobody, hurt nobody's feelings. You can't make the narcissist happy for a long period of time. You might make them happy here and there, but the happiness that we're chasing is that contentment, that joy. It's extra, it's consistent happiness. Joy and contentment are consistent happiness. Narcissists can be happy. Yeah, I know. I get that question. Can a narcissist really be happy? Yeah, we can be happy, but it's that consistent happiness. It's that consistent joy that escapes us and things like that. We're chasing that. I want that consistent happiness and joy, that consistent control, because like I said before, I'm accustomed to consistent chaos. You see what I'm saying? So in that pursuit of happiness, people get hurt.
Don't get another expensive facial before you watch this. Remember that skin hack that went viral where people were rubbing aloe vera sticks on their face?
When a narcissist is chasing, narcissistic robot has to reset. Talking too fast, slurring your words. Sounds like you have a lisp. Powering back up. But like I said, the consistency, like I said, sorry, y'all. I do want happiness, and a lot of narcissistic people are chasing that happiness, and it consistently escapes us. It just does. I want it. I want to chase it down. I want to catch it. But like I said, in the process, a lot of times of trying to make themselves happy, other people get hurt. You know what I mean? And yes, they know they are hurting you. They know that their actions, if you find out about them, will hurt you. That's why a lot of times when you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, they'll hide it from you. They'll hide their actions. They'll hide their words. They'll hide that stuff from you in order to keep you guessing, to keep you at bay, and things like that. They just will. Like I said, you can't make it. Yeah, you can make them happy. You can make them happy in spurts, but you can't make them happy in a long period of time, for an extended period of time. But just because a narcissist is not happy with you anymore, just because the relationship ends, again, y'all, does not mean that they're going to discard you or get rid of you. Sometimes they will keep you around. They'll emotionally discard you, but they'll keep you around physically because they like to control you. You know, there's still some feelings there a lot of times, but sometimes the feelings are gone, but they will absolutely keep you around. You know, they'll keep you around. They'll keep you in a relationship dynamic, whatever they feel like it takes to make themselves happy. So they're chasing, that's what they're after. We're after happiness. We're after control. We're after the contentment. We want it. We need it. We chase it, but we can't keep it in our hands. It just feels like when we accomplish something big in life, y'all, we accomplish something big. We got it. I'm like, oh yes, I'm happy. I got it. This is what happiness is. This is what happiness really is. And then something snatches it away and it's gone. Like, oh, I want that feeling again. So we need that high again, that dopamine, whatever you want to call it. You know, we want it again. But we try to do the same action again, and it doesn't give it. Do we get happy again? The same thing can make us happy twice, but it's less happy. You mean it's diminishing value? It has diminishing value. Like, you know, your favorite food doesn't taste good every single time you eat it. If you eat it, your favorite food tastes better if you get it every once in a while, as opposed to every single day. You see what I'm saying? So giving them the same thing over and over again won't make them happy. I thought this was your favorite dinner. Yeah, it is. But this is the 150th time I've had it. And I need something new. I still like it, but it's just not necessarily my favorite anymore. So they need to switch it up. Just like you have to switch dinners, they need to switch it up. Just this job is not making me happy anymore. I'm bored with this job, or this job makes me feel like I'm less than what I deserve. This job pays me less than what I feel like I deserve. So I need to just quit erratically to go do real estate. You know what I mean? That's my thing right there. That was literally what happened in my real life. I got bored of my job. I was tired of people telling me what to do. I feel like I was smarter than everybody that worked there. Well, I was more educated than the supervisors because of the warehouse. You know, I had a college degree. They didn't. I just feel like I was above them. I was like, why am I taking orders from y'all? Why am I making less than money than y'all? I'm better than y'all. So one day, April 17th, 2017, I quit. You know what I mean? I quit and became a real estate agent. It's silly this. So yeah, if you are looking to buy or sell a house in North Carolina, I am your happy, friendly real estate agent. So, you know, message me if you need a house in North Carolina. Buy or sell a house in North Carolina, that's where I'm at. But seriously, that's how it goes though, y'all. So if you're dealing with a narcissist or toxic person, just understand that you can't make them happy for a long, long time. Sooner or later, it's going to go away, and they're going to go search for something else. Not because it's better, but because it might make them happier right now. It feels different. This is a different type of happiness. They're chasing that high from getting their promotion, that high from graduating, that high from making more money, that high from, losing weight, that high from gaining weight. Sometimes if you're trying to bulk and stuff like that, they're high from growing their hair. They're high from, but they're chasing the high, y'all. And sometimes they don't get the same high from you. Again, this is not an attack on you by any means. I'm just saying that after a while, they outrun you. They're chasing happiness, you're chasing them. And sooner or later, they get faster and they outrun you. Because you can't make them happy. Nothing really can. I just think, like I said, nothing can make them happy for an extended period of time. For a life. I'm just happy here. The fear of it. We're running away. Like, not only are you're chasing behind us because you want to catch us and love us. We're running away from like mediocrity and being average and stuff like that. So we're chasing this new high of success and things of that nature. Can you make a narcissist happy? Can you do it? Who can make a narcissist happy? How? When? Where? Why? Who? This is a question I get a lot, y'all. And I get a lot of questions from people, y'all. So let me go ahead and preface this video. Let me go ahead and start this video off with some heat for y'all. For the people in the back who automatically just kind of pigeonhole me into a certain type of dynamic or a certain type of video characteristic, I don't tell everybody to leave their toxic relationship or their partners. I don't. There's varying levels of narcissism. It's on a spectrum, y'all. I don't tell everybody to leave. That's one of the most common misconceptions that I get. You tell everybody to leave, but your wife stay. Yeah, I don't tell everybody to leave. I've made over 10,000 videos. Go find me a video where I said everybody needs to leave narcissists except for my wife. She needs to stay with her. Whenever y'all hear me say that, my goal right here is to provide you as much information as possible for you to make your own decision. Other people in my comments will tell y'all to leave. But me, I just like, hey, look, you do the decision that's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Do what's best for you. Do what you do. If you can you continue to live this way? If not, you might need to leave. You see what I'm saying? Back to the topic at hand. Can you make a narcissist happy? Me, this is my own personal perspective, and no, I don't speak for all narcissists, y'all. I never have. Like, y'all, it gets irritating making these videos sometimes when people just put words in my mouth. But yeah, can you make a narcissist happy? I just say you can for periods of time. You can make a narcissist happy through spurts of time. It's just like little spurts of happiness. You can make them happy for short periods of time. And that's why I feel like one of the most common themes that I hear when I'm talking to victims of narcissistic people or people that are in toxic relationships is one of the most common themes is we were good for X amount of time and then things went sour. We were happy for this amount of time, then things went sour. Then after they went sour for a little while, there's another period of happiness, sour, happiness, sour. It's like you're dealing with a damn like your relationship is like a lemon head. Y'all have lemon head candies? Your relationship like a lemon head. It starts off all sweet till you get to that core and it's just it's sour on the inside, you know what I mean? But it's delicious. You bite into it enough, you get that perfect mixture of good and sweet and sour, stuff like that. And that's the toxicity, sweet and sour. Narcissistic relationships are sweet and sour. It's like we have these moments of happiness. Like so ask yourself this question: when y'all are happy, who is actually happy? When y'all are doing well, who is actually doing well in the relationship dynamic? It's just like the way to make a narcissist happy is typically to do what they ask you to do. You know what I mean? Regardless of what it is. You want to make a narcissist happy? Do what they ask you to do, regardless of what it is. And they're going to ask, sometimes they will ask you to put up with horrible stuff, y'all. That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes, hey, I need you, can we stop talking about this on Monday nights and Tuesday nights? Wednesday night we can talk. That's more amenable than I don't want to talk about it at all. You see what I'm saying? But sometimes they ask you to do horrible stuff like, hey, look, I'm going to cheat on you. If you love me, you allow me to cheat on you. And this would be a polyamorous relationship, but it's one-sided. I get to be poly, you don't. Will they be happy? If you say yes, yeah. Will you be happy? Y'all go through a moment. This is the kind of disingenuous nature of these relationships. Like from the outside looking in, people think you're happy because y'all are not arguing, y'all are not fussing, or not fighting. Until you say something like, hey, look, I'm tired of this polyamory. I'm going to go do, like, if we're going to be polyamorous, both of us get to go have fun. And then y'all get mad. Now you're in a period of unhappiness. You were happy when you were putting up with what they said, right? When you did what they said, y'all had a period of happiness. You were happy. Y'all were happy because they were happy, right? Because you did what they said. No boundaries, no boundaries, no anything. But once you decided to just go ahead and like, I'm going to do the same thing, the happiness went away. The way to make a narcissist happy, y'all, is to do what they say, regardless of how horrible it sounds. They want to have their cake and eat it too. You know, in the beginning, it's easier to the longer the relationship goes on, the harder it is going to be to make them happy. Up front, they're probably going to be doing things as well to make you happy. You know what I mean? Narcissistic people, they want to feel needed. They want to feel wanted consistently, wanted and needed and validated consistently. You want to make them happy? Want to make them feel wanted, needed, and validated consistently. But even that's not going to be enough, y'all, because over time, it's not whatever supply that you are given to that narcissistic person is going to go away sooner or later. They're not going to feel the same way about it. It's just going to get sour. You know what I mean? Your relationship, you're going to go through some rough patches. And I think the difference between a normal relationship or a non-toxic relationship and a normal the toxic relationship is, the arguments and stuff like that tend to be healthier. Like you can come to conflict or resolution is better. In toxic relationships, conflict resolution typically requires you to give in to what they want. It's like you're dealing with they're holding your relationship hostage. They're holding your emotions hostage. It's like you're negotiating with a relationship terrorist. You see what I'm saying? With an emotional terrorist. Because that's what a lot of times what narcissistic people tend to be are emotional terrorists. So can you make them happy? Yeah, I'm not saying you can make them happy, y'all. But what are you willing? Typically, the answer is, what are you willing to give up? There's an accompanying question. Can you make the narcissist happy, but also be happy at the same time? Unless you like doing the stuff that they absolutely like doing, but you don't get to do the type of stuff, then it's gonna be a tough battle, y'all, to continuously make them happy over an extended period of time. And that's why I always ask people, like, what are you willing to sacrifice? I can do this, I can do that. Like, they just don't want to be with me. What are you willing to sacrifice to make this person happy? What are you willing to give up? Because narcissist, to me, I know people are going to ask, well, how does your wife make you happy? Yeah, my relationship with my wife is different because I've been in psychotherapy for almost 6 years. But even before that, we connected, like the things that if I wanted to do something, and I would get to do it, but not no polyamory, none of that stuff. I know that's a big, broad example, right? That's kind of outlandish example right there. But they get to go out with their friends. You don't. There's that type of stuff right there. They get to go have a boys' night or a girls' night. But when you do the same thing, there's an anger period. Hey, can I go with the boys tonight? Yeah, we had plans. I thought me and you had plans, but go ahead. I want to make you happy. They get happy, right? They get happy. They go out with the boys, do what they want to do, come home, happiness. You're sad though. You see what I'm saying? You have to sacrifice. Y'all had a date night plan, but they decided to go out with the boys. Y'all had a date night plan, but they decided to go out with the girls. Or, they decided to go out with whoever their friends are. Whatever their friends identify as, they decide to go out with them. You see how the dynamic goes. You can make them happy, but ask yourself, what are you willing to sacrifice? Because in the beginning, typically, y'all, it's going to be like a normal relationship dynamic. How do you make a non-toxic narcissistic person happy? You do things that makes them smile. You give them whatever their love language is, acts of kindness. So you give them acts of kindness or acts of service or body touch. Their love language is touch, physical touch. Y'all just clapping cheeks. You see what I'm saying? You do it. Sometimes they'll tell you exactly how to make them happy, and they'll rattle it off like this. What it takes to make me happy. Now look at the list of things Now you need to take a look at the list of things that they say make them happy, and ask yourself, are you willing to perform what's on this list? Because that's why I think a lot of people get twisted up and confused with. Like, you see this list of things that they say it takes to make them happy, but are you willing to do this list of things? And again, y'all, I don't speak for every single narcissistic person, but I think that a lot of people should take heed in it. Can you make them happy without sacrificing your own mental health, your physical health? Can you make them happy, but also be equally happy? I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think that exists without a bunch of sacrifice on your end. That's just how my mind works. That's my thought process on it. You can make them happy, but narcissistic people are some of us are always changing up the things we like to do. So the stuff that used to make us happy doesn't make us happy anymore. You see what I'm saying? The stuff that used to make us smile doesn't make us smile anymore. So we tend to move away from it. You know what I mean? It depends on how it goes and what is working with y'all. It takes sacrifice to make truly narcissistic people happy, but also, are they willing to sacrifice that for you? You know, I know some people, y'all don't even want to meet in the middle. Some people I talk to, y'all have gotten to some people have gotten to the point in these relationships where you rather keep this person in your life than lose them. So you just like, I don't even want 50-50. If they give me 20% of what I give them, I'll be happy. If they give me 10%, somebody said 10, 90-10. If they give me 10%, I'll be happy. But they just give me 0. They don't even talk to me. You know what I'm saying? It just, what are you willing to sacrifice to make this person happy? What are you willing to sacrifice or to give up to keep this person in your life? I feel like those are pertinent questions to ask yourself as well, as can you make them happy? Because yeah, you can make them happy for short periods of time, but it's that long lasting contentment. Can you be happy for an extended period of time with them? Me personally, I don't think that it exists because the relationship is always changing. There's ups and downs, highs and lows, backs and forths, lefts and rights, twists and turns. So that's the mindset that a lot of people exist with right there, y'all. So I was like, can you make them happy? Yeah, overall, I think you can make them happy, but how long and at what cost? Those are the questions I'm gonna end this video with, y'all. Anyways, y'all, if you don't know, live in-person workshop coming to, like I said, Orlando, Florida, May the 20th. There's going to be links in my description or links in the podcast description to register May 20th. Or you can just email me at dearmentalhealness@gmail.com for more information about the Orlando workshop. May 20th is going to be a 7-hour workshop. Me, Ben Taylor, another self-aware narcissist, and Catherine Kleiss, a survivor and coach. Self-love journal is available on Amazon. Check it out. Lee Hammock Self-Love. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, y'all, mental illness is out. Peace.
Woo! I wish I was a fly on the wall of your house right now, because I know that some of you are scratching your chins right now and just saying, oh, that's what that was, right? Or that's what this is. So I will be watching my inbox for all of your comments. And I don't know, there's nothing really left to say. I think I'm just going to end the episode right there. I want to thank Lee Hammock again for allowing me to drop this episode for you. He's already shared all the places you can find him, and I'll be sure to share all of those links in the episode notes as well. Again, his podcast is called The Narcissists Code. Please share this episode with someone who's experiencing toxicity in a relationship right now. I hope it helps them to make some informed decisions, and that this conversation starts to answer, some of the questions that they're seeking. So until next week, MCs, bye-bye. Oh, wait, before you go, speaking of last week's episode, Dawn's story is available now on YouTube. So go to youtube.com/it's Marceia Cork, and you can look for her episode, It's Giving Narcissism. Or you can just search Marceia Cork on YouTube to find my channel. And do not forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.